Rhea! Rhea! I can't breathe! Remember, when you hear a siren, 911 Flight 93 checking posted 5, I haven't gotten one check of America's lifelines in a decade of asking. I'm John Milton Brady. Make that video, whatever you get, boring as it might be, a phone ringing, an error message, a busy signal. It's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, police, paramedics. And every day it's money out of your pocket, your Gates livelihood. Our Gates democracy is what placed a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. What has a wrestling buffoon in there right now? You want good leaders? Put a spotlight on America's hijacked lifelines and our hijacked news media as well. Call me up, try to, in front of every network news anchor, every local news anchor, and even all in the public eye. Make that video, post that video. Whatever boring thing you get. I make videos of this phone's call log right here. And yeah, I'm making a video with the immaculate camera too, because desperate folks turned off the phone video this morning using high-tech toys. Had to remake it. So as the Military Pitbull Project does some much needed house cleaning today, let me get on with youtube.com/DNFD series is where I have videos of this phone making this video's call log. Last one I posted was a month ago, not 193 check in a decade of asking. If you've made a 93 check call, video of your hijacked lifeline that you tried to call me in the past couple of years, yeah, go check out that last video I added. And yeah, if you need the firemen, police, paramedics, and your phone's not allowed to work, it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for a 93 check, a 911 Flight 93 check of America's lifelines for a decade and not getting one. No certified mail either. No FedEx, no UPS. No private carrier. Make a video of that mail before you send it. It's going to be stolen. Now back to my parable. We had yesterday Tommy reaching out, picking up that phone, and finding an old friend, Wang, who invited him to a picking party. If you've ever seen the Orientals out in public at restaurants inside stores, you know they go to town there. They really go to town, in private, and they also have those picking parties. And Tommy didn't want to go to the picking party because he's missing his arms right now, and he can't pick with his hands. But he went, and yeah, he saw everyone else, all his old friends, nose picking, and he kicked off that loafer and he reached up with that toe and he started picking away. So good was Tommy's nose picking, he won the contest. He got a big medal. And this is kind of a follow-up to that, because it's Rhea's day off. Tommy got a promotion for sticking his right arm in the wood chipper, slowly feeding that in, blindly obeying Wu. And Lefty, the left arm, saw what was going on with Righty, the right arm, and he jumped off wisely. It's a smart thing to do. And not only did he get a promotion, he got a girlfriend out of it. He's always been scaly. He always talks with a harsh lisp. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot. And if you have any kind of relations with the Orient, you know the Orient has been sticking its tongue out at the rest of the world for a whole long time, countless millennia. Now that he can stick his tongue out and he does he's scaly, he talks with a horse list, and now that he's missing both arms, he does a mean snake dance, snaked his way in between Rhea and whoever she was dancing with. A snake pit, go figure. A dance club here in LA. He's been there ever since, and this occurs at home on both of their days off. Rhea is sleeping in, and Tommy's out in the living room in his big recliner, watching Let me check, make sure it's there. I can start again. Yes, it's the immaculate camera. And it's still going. 544. Tommy's watching the Stoozes and his nose starts to itch. Let me get my sugar check going and my new image. This one has been altered. I hate it. It's not the first time that I put it on and seen that right over by 4 there, isn't it? Yeah. I call it Chinese hatred. If you know what the streets can do, you can call it that too. But I'm going to have to find this one as a better, as another image. Maybe reprint that one. But Tommy, he sees the Three Stooges and eye poking and all that, and he gets to, that nose gets to itching, and he kicks off that loafer and he sticks that toe up in his nose to pick it, and the booger's way back there. So he really goes at it, and next thing you know, he's up on one foot, the toe stuck in the nose, and he is hopping his way into Rhea. He says, Rhea, help me! I can't breathe, Rhea. I can't breathe. And, once he finally wakes up, she says, well, Tommy, you can breathe. Just open your mouth, stop talking, and breathe. And he does that, and he kind of falls over, but she picks him up and puts him, on the bed, and she tries as best she can, but that toe's wedged up in there. She tries as hard as she can, and that toe is wedged up in there. And she says, well, we're going to have to go to the emergency room, Tommy. And so she helps Tommy hop out to the car. And she knows he's not that bad off because he spots a cat. Yes, you know about the Orientals and the cats and the dogs. They love the cats and the dogs. No, not as pets, as dinner. So he spots that cat and he says, Rhea, quick, I can't. And Rhea knows he's not that bad off, but she tells him, well, Tommy, we got to go to the hospital now. We'll chase the cat later. We got plenty in the freezer. A 257. And they get to the hospital, and Tommy hates hospitals and emergency rooms because he always gets the new nurses. Remember, when you hear that siren, not only check and post in 5, but make your own video telling everyone to call John Melton Brady. You gotta keep it under a minute for Instagram. Twitter, I believe, is also short. YouTube, you can stretch out a little bit. MySpace, I'm not sure. Facebook, I don't know. Make that video telling everyone to call me about, it may be boring. It's not going to be boring. You need the firemen, police, paramedics, and it's money out of your pocket every day. Post and repost these 5s too, telling everyone how to check and post in 5. And I got to make this short because I made a 20-minute video, over 20 minutes, this morning, and he had a great wall of evil. Tommy's on hand. Turned off this phone here as I was making the video. The devil's people walking among us did that. So I'm going to make this as brief as possible. He always gets the new nurse, and they don't know he doesn't have arms, so they just put it around his neck. And they pump it up, and his eyes bulge out, and they don't get a good reading, always. They don't get that good reading, and they have to do it again. And they do that, and Tommy knows Olaf Cordione and Olaf Cordione, if you know my street stuff. Well, I don't know if I'm showing both the cameras. Hopefully the phone will work this time. It's a very good phone. Olaf Cordione is the last person in our fictional streets, our unseen business. The last person most folks see on their way to the hospital. Not because he's physically mean, but he uses those chemicals. He's a carrier, he's a mule of street chemicals, and he's done that. And he's checking on his work to make sure it has worked. And he sees the guy in the hospital room, in the emergency room, right next to Tommy. And he knows, yeah, I still got it. And he goes in to see Tommy. He says, "Oh, hey, Tommy, what's going on?" And of course, he's got that aftershave on. That is the street chemicals. Olaf's got a good resistance to a lot of street chemicals. He goes in. He doesn't actually. He kind of thinks he does it on purpose because he sees Tommy. He goes in there, and Tommy's heart starts beating a little bit faster, and the doctor comes in. He says, "This can't be right. Remember, if you know Olin and Marianne Brady, check in posting 5. Check in posting 5 for your parents. If they're alive, check their lifeline. If not, in honor of them." But back to my story. I gotta make it brief. Olaf is my image about if you knew Mom and Dad. Check in posting 5. In case you're getting the audio of this. He goes in, he says hello, and the doctor comes in afterwards, and Tommy doesn't want to see him. He's got his foot up his nose. So he cusses him out in that funny voice, and Olaf leaves, and the doctor comes in, and he looks at the chart, and he says, "Nurse, this can't be right, check him again." And yeah, they put the thing around the neck again, and it's high because of Olaf and the street chemical. So he's going to spend a little time in the hospital. Now I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to show you the eyes. Yes, medical research being passed by. I just called 2 different doctors. I may have to change from both of them to someone new altogether to get some sleep medicine or some pain medicine. One, I'm up in the middle of the night in a lot of pain. I can't sleep. And there's another one with that. So I've been on the phone to both doctors, and hopefully I'll get some reaction, a prescription for the Ambien. The only one that seems to work. I've tried different stuff, diphenhydramine, the melatonin stuff that's over the counter as well. But let me close this off and show you those eyes. Medical research being passed by. Did the sugar check, 2 something, wasn't it? Apparently you need a whole lot of blood sugar to grow a new pair of eyes, a whole new body, and I'm feeling that. It's very painful with the bones, the muscles, the organs. Remember, this is your lifeline. It's an electronic device. Make a video of your phone not working as you try to call me. And I'm going to run in there. I'm not going to take this camera because I'm going to drop them if I try to. And show you the eyes real quick, because I can't really do that with the immaculate camera. I can't see the screen. But yes, these are the eyes here. This one's from about 9 years ago. Just about completely brown, a little bit of light color in the middle there. And over here, these are from about 5 years ago. The eye's changing, doing a little genetic carpentry. Don't try this at home. And the bluer parts in the middle there, bigger eyes, the bluer eyes growing through and around the browner eyes. And for the past year that I've been taking vitamins, it's been, they've been catching the light better, both the flashlight and the sunlight. And also, there's a whitish haze around the brown eyes, the brown part of the eyes at times, and it can be all whitish. So you can see it's mostly brown around the center circle there, but you can see where it's kind of whiter, and yes, the outer ring of the brown is gone. Medical research being passed by, and if you're a good doctor and you got some sleep medicine or some At least some pain medicine, so I don't. Taking Lyrica, I used to take gabapentin, but even the morphine in the hospital is not as good as sleep. Come see me, tell me what you know about the eyes, and yeah, tear down the Great Wall of Evil. It has just me and all of this imagery. And let's get started building a better world. Yeah, the Great Wall of Evil has just me and 24,000 plus. I think that's Daffodilia there. The website, you can also look on daffodilia.blogspot.com, and you're going to find 24,000 examples of my work, my graphic art. It's not work I get paid for. Let me put that way. It's work I use to distract myself from the pain in my muscles and bones and organs. All of these you can find, at least these up in front, on the Daffodilias, and also youtube.com/DNFD series. Download me, print me out, and I'll keep you company on that nightstand, on that desk, on that coffee table. When you see someone other than me, my chains and eyes, yeah, in that imagery on my chest, and at the Daffodilias, we started building. Be a part of that in person, way to get things done. And yes, the Great Wall of Evil also places Cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of Cowardly Husseins. Also, it's got the buffoon Russian guy in there right now. You want good leaders? Point that out. Point out to every network news anchor and every reporter we've got, everything's fake news compared to your family's lifeline not working. Make a video of it not working in front of them, asking them, why aren't you doing your job? Same for senators, mayors, governors, anyone in the public eye. Come see me. Let's get started.